happening, guys? Alan C here, making a special announcement about my switch from YouTube to SoundCloud. The audio universe will be moving to SoundCloud because I figured it's much easier for me to upload there as compared to here on YouTube. As I was saying in the raw episode, that I have to, convert from the format after recording, convert to a movie format, WMV for YouTube, then upload. But because of the internet package that I'm using right now, it can take a while to upload, especially if I record a long episode that's like maybe over 20 minutes long, 20-30 minutes long. And I would love to do episodes that long, especially if I'm going to include reviews for shows like Raw and SmackDown and all that. So after trying SoundCloud out last night, I was able to upload both parts to the Raw episode, in less than 30 minutes, which would have taken maybe like an hour or longer if I was going to upload on YouTube, especially those episodes. They were like just over 20 minutes long, so they would have taken some time as compared to the other episodes I did in week one, which were, less than 20 minutes, so they didn't take as much time to upload. But I'm moving to SoundCloud, and I wanted to let you guys know that that's where you'll find the series from now on. I'm not sure when my internet package will improve, so in the meantime, I'm on SoundCloud. So what I'll do is I'll put the links to the Raw episodes in the description below, so that you can watch, and then you can follow me on SoundCloud. I'll put the link to my profile there as well. What does this mean for my YouTube channel? To be honest, I haven't really figured it out yet. I'm not sure what I'll do with it. And, I'm just hoping that those guys who've subscribed to my channel, those who've been following the series all this time, they won't mind switching to SoundCloud. I know most people would prefer YouTube where they can see and stuff, but just for my sake and because of the internet package that I'm using, please understand and please follow me on SoundCloud instead, because there probably won't be any activity on my YouTube channel after this. So I hope you guys understand, and we'll meet on SoundCloud. And with that being said, maybe I can take this time to review Raw. I had said I'd review Raw and Slammiversary in the previous episode, but I think let me save Slammiversary for the NXT episode, and in this episode this special episode, I can talk about Raw. And honestly, as much as I was hoping that this week would be a major improvement from last week's episode, starting with Lesnar having to apologize to Michael Cole. I put apologize in quotes. And, the beatdown he got from the Authority at the end just before the end of the show, the last segment. And then this week you have, Seth Rollins is giving out gifts to the Authority for I don't know how many minutes, that's what it is. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're the WWE champion. Is that what you do now? You give gifts to, your friends? I mean, what's going on? I'm really not sure what direction WWE is going, but it just feels like they're really taking their fans for granted. You know what I mean? You hardcore fans who are there for the wrestling, and here you have the champion. If WWE considers itself the major league in the WWE, in the wrestling industry, you have your champion with the biggest prize in the industry. He's giving out gifts in the opening segment of your flagship show. I mean, what's up with that? I really don't get it. And the first match was basically a throwaway match. Big Show versus Mark Henry. It didn't even last very long. Couple of KO punches later, Big Show gets his win, which most of us really saw coming. And that's the trend now with WWE. You could have someone come in for a match, and you can tell that they're coming to lose the match. Like the Jack Swagger versus King Barrett match. Even though Barrett has been losing a lot of matches lately, but when Swagger was there, you're like, oh, okay, Barrett is probably gonna win this one. As compared to the Sheamus versus Neville match. That one I thought, okay, Neville might win this one, right? But okay, Sheamus pulled through. But when you have, superstars like Jack Swagger, right? You can tell that he's coming to, job for someone else. And so with the Mark Henry and Big Show match, it was the same thing. You knew that, okay, Mark Henry is probably gonna lose, but the way he lost, that the match didn't even last that long. It was just a little grapple there, a couple of punches, done. Show's gone. That was a throwaway. Come on, you could have done better. So after that first segment, really, my mood for the episode, it just went down. But it picked up again with the Divas match. I mean, that was watchable. It went on for no longer than what you'd expect from a Divas match, especially on the main roster. It was okay, so I didn't have any problem with it. That brought up my mood a bit. Then the John Cena and Kevin Owens, that was interesting though. I'd have to say, I thought, okay, he's decided to step up for the challenge, the United States Open Challenge, and have their match, only to swerve right when the match starts. And it's like, nah, I'll save the match for Battleground. And here comes Cesaro to take part in probably, well, not probably, the best match in that entire episode. I mean, that was a cool match, to the point where you'd think that, okay, Cesaro he might actually beat Cena. That would be interesting. That's how good the match was. I enjoyed it, and that brought my mood up times two from the Divas match. That brought up my mood. This match doubled my mood, and I was loving it. I was enjoying it, and I reached a point where I thought, you know what? Cesaro has fought Kevin Owens. He fought on, was it SmackDown, yeah. And then tonight we have Cesaro versus John Cena. Why not include Cesaro into this United States title match at Battleground? Because I mean, I think Kevin Owens during commentary, he said, okay, he's taken both of them on. He can handle both of them at the same time. So why not let Kevin Owens have a chance to prove that? Make it a triple threat match. What would be so wrong about having another triple threat match at Battleground? I mean, this one would probably be more entertaining than the Intercontinental triple threat match. It would draw more, and it's not like Cesaro can't perform. He's good in the ring. So have him perform with these two guys who are just as good or even better. It would bring up the value for that match. And if Owens is going to be the guy who comes out on top with the title at the end, yeah, at least it'll be a chance for us to see him fight for that win, by taking out Cena, taking on Cesaro, you know what I mean? So I just thought, okay, why don't they add Cesaro into this equation? I mean, he didn't win this open challenge match on Raw, so that's another reason why he would feel he should be included in the match. He didn't. He was in a title match, and then Kevin Owens, he interrupted. He didn't get the win. So that's just my thought. Adding Cesaro, because after this, who knows what WWE will do. They'll probably just toss him back into mid-card, and we won't see him again, or maybe he'll be put up in another lousy match with no direction. But this was something, after his match with Kevin Owens on SmackDown, and then this match against Cena. This was cool. So I hope they'll do something with Cesaro, even if he doesn't play a further part after the Battleground match, but at least to have had him in that match at Battleground, where Owens will, if he's going to win the US title, yeah, have him be in that match. Um, Add more value to it, give it, uh, give him a challenge by not only taking on John Cena, the champion, but Cesaro, a guy who could beat him. Yeah, that's just my thought on that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you want Cesaro included in this title? I know, yeah, most people would just want John Cena versus Kevin Owens, but what happens to Cesaro? How can they make use of him right now when he's in the spotlight now? So have him involved in something meaningful, because afterwards, what is he gonna do next? Tyson Kidd is still out, so will he be going back to doing singles matches against some other guys who will probably know they're gonna lose to Cesaro? Yeah, that's just my thought. The tag team match, the 8-man tag team match was okay. No problems about that. I think after that first segment and that opening match, yeah, Raw it picked up. You know what I mean? Yeah, it did. Cause I was like, okay, after this they're probably gonna throw away this episode. It's gonna be another lousy one, but they at least put on some watchable matches. Even the main event, yeah, it could have gone on longer. That's what I feel. It should have. I mean, it was a no disqualification match. We should have seen more out of that. No disqualification. If they're not going to be using weapons and stuff, at least have them fighting outside in the arena and everything. But I think what really, not really put me off, but I wasn't really into the match was the fact that I knew, or I was anticipating Wyatt to come in some form, because this was a no disqualification match. He might as well take advantage and find a way to take down Roman where the ref can't really do much about it. And lo and behold, Wyatt popped up at the end, taking out Roman. And then the Authority, they would get their big win in the end, and another beatdown. It gets tiring, Really, it does. I mean, what more can we expect? Are they going to beat down on someone else next week? Maybe Dean Ambrose or some other unfortunate guy? Is that what we're going to be getting as a build-up to Battleground? Because another thing, I'd hoped Lesnar would pop up, even though Rollins had mentioned earlier that yeah, he's not around. He's gone to Japan. But I just thought it would be cool if he just or maybe just his theme playing just to startle the Authority that okay, you had your shot last week, but he's watching you guys. Just something. But well, we didn't get Lesnar. We got a beat down on Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And another issue that I've got: what's up with people and this obsession with tables? What's going on? I mean, I remember a time when even if it was a no disqualification match, you wouldn't have people calling for tables as if that's the only weapon that would equal for something entertaining in the match. I mean, tables are fine, but it shouldn't be a case where in every match that has no disqualification where weapons can be used, people are calling for tables. How many tables do you want in the match? I mean, really, it's gonna reach a point where tables ain't really as exciting as they used to be because everyone's calling for them now. And you have to consider the safety and the health of these guys who are going to be, taking these high spots with tables. I mean, are they going to be, every time the crowd calls for a table, are they going to, play to the crowd, get a table out, and next thing someone's gone through it? I just think people should give it a rest. Tables are cool, fine, but let's not call for a table every time. Call for a table where it matters. People, come on. So anyway, that was my little take on Raw with a little bit of ranting, but you can understand that honestly. it was an episode where someone would just end up ranting about it at the end of the day. Nothing aside from, the John Cena versus Cesaro match and the tag team match and maybe the Divas match. Those are the things you could take away from the episode. Otherwise, it was just another example of WWE taking its fans for granted. The hardcore guys, you know, having to put up with this almost on a weekly basis because who knows what next week's Raw will be like. It could be much worse. Maybe Brock Lesnar will be there. Speaking of Lesnar, I was a little confused about this. Maybe someone can confirm for me. How did the Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston match in Japan, how was that set up? Where is that coming from? And another thing is, they're promoting this as a Beast in the East sort of special, but he's taking on Kofi Kingston. How was that match set up? I don't understand. Maybe I missed something because I just found out about it over the internet. Like they had released the match card for the event, and I saw Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston. I'm like, okay, there hasn't been any, as far as I've seen on TV, there hasn't been any interaction whatsoever between Lesnar and Kofi Kingston. So, how is this match? How was this match set up? Why are they fighting there? You know what I mean? Maybe I missed something. If you guys found out something, you can let me know. But I don't get it. So other than that, guys, that's my review. NXT will be on SoundCloud, so is the rest of the series. I hope you'll find me there on SoundCloud. Follow me on Twitter as well. Thank you so much.